And welcome back, everybody, to All Things Pistons. All Things Pistons. It is Halloween night. Jeremy's got the
Happy
mask.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween to everybody. Hopefully, everybody's out there getting ready for this big game tonight. We got the Greek Freak coming in. That's going to be interesting. Back with All Things Pistons. We got episode 4. We're 4 deep. We're going for it. We're shooting for 400. Um, so we'll celebrate all of those along the way. So, I mean, we might as well jump right into it, Jeremy. We got a lot to kind of cover tonight, in a way. I mean, obviously, we're going to get out of here before this game starts. That's for sure. Um, I'm going to jump right into Duren. We got a couple games that have gone by since our last podcast. Huge thing with Duren, man. I just love his game. I love what he's doing, both sides of the floor. And I couldn't help but notice the one thing I took a note on was in the switch everything defense, which we've come to the conclusion that every single one of us hates. The dude was switching and guarding guards on the perimeter and staying in front of them.
Quick feet, man.
It's crazy. Sure. Like they would switch and the Pacers would be like, okay, this is great. Wait a minute. This kid's moving. So it's just one of those things. And like if he can consistently do something like that, what does he turn into?
Right.
Like what kind of player does he turn into? What time does he become, like domination wise? Like, does he compete for an MVP or is he just a middle of the road kind of guy later in his career? I mean, he's only 18 still.
Yeah. Even his rotations are pretty quick, especially for being a baby out there.
Yeah.
You got a lot of the other guys just scratching their heads, kind of lost.
Literally lost in life. And his help defense, how many times you see him come across the lane and throw somebody's stuff? I mean, it's I love what I see out of that guy. It's obviously he's 18 and the floor is what it is, but the ceiling is just it's like you can't even put something on it, right? We're like, oh, he could be like Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard couldn't guard nobody at the 3-point line.
No.
So I think that's one thing I'm super excited about for sure is Duren. He's been playing very well. And another thing we'll jump right into as well is Cade. These last 2 games. I mean, and I think it was, I want to say it was the second episode 2. We were talking about what we expected on the season. And one thing I said is when I fumbled it completely, remember when I said take a book out of book and just kept rolling with it till you helped me out? Is that mid-range game. I think you shot me the stat today, shooting like 52% from the mid-range.
That's crazy.
Bro, that is insane. He almost dropped 40 the other night and didn't hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, it's almost like a switch flip. I mean, it helped the other night. Ivy was out, so I mean, it was Cade time.
For sure.
Had to.
Yeah, he didn't have a choice.
He kind of got in his mental that he had last year towards the end of the year, where he's like, "This is my team. Everyone just follow suit." And Ivy back last night and did the same thing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, right? Because Ivy's going to be a stud, a superstar. I don't know why it's so important for like, even in like some of the groups or people we talk to or stuff like that, is who's in the starting lineup. Does it really matter who's in the starting lineup if they're getting enough minutes?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? It doesn't. And I feel like when Cade's in charge on the floor, Cade dominates. He dominates. He's not worried about getting Ivy involved. He's worried about getting everybody involved. But I think you touched on it best when we were talking the other day is when he's out there and not worrying about getting Ivy the ball, he's a whole different creature.
Yeah.
It's a whole different animal out there.
And the point guard's so much different now. He's like, yeah, you want to get your team involved, but don't forget you're actually the franchise player as well. So
we took number 1 for a reason.
Yeah. Like you got to do your thing. And at the same time, try to keep people involved.
Yeah, keep the team going. And it's one of those things too, like what happens to his game when he figures out that 3-point shot? Because he didn't shoot terrible last year. I thought he was a good 3-point shooter last year. He shot average. I mean,
yeah,
I want to say it was like 30-something%, which is it's not Steph Curry numbers, but I'm going to take it from somebody like him.
Right. It's still early in the season. He put on a lot of muscle, and
for sure.
That's going to change your shot.
100%.
Even if I don't care how much you're shooting, if you're adding muscle that fast,
Oh yeah,
you got to adjust to that. So
and that affects everything.
Yeah, for sure.
So in that, I'll jump into another topic is like how much hate the team has been taking since those first few games of preseason. Like,
it's crazy.
I mean, it's just I just don't. I mean, I get it. We want to see them competing and playing well at least, and not just getting blown out. But like, if you look at some of the, we're going to jump into like some of the greats. I think that was one of the topics in that the barbershop group we're in the other day is the greats. How long did it take so and so to get to where they're going? If you think about that, if you look at Cade, and don't quote me like I'm saying this, he's not Kobe. He's not Kobe. But if you look at Kobe's numbers the first 2 years compared to Cade's numbers the first 2 years, he's putting up better numbers than Kobe. Yeah, it only took him 4 years to win a title, but he got Shaq. Prime Shaq came in, and they won a title. Jordan balled out in the beginning of his career. It took him 6 years before he got to a ring. He was in his 30s. Sure. And who's our oldest guy?
Yeah.
24?
We're panicking 4 games in.
They play 82 games.
And don't forget, like, how many new players do we have this year? Burks, he hasn't played yet, but still, Noel, Ivy, Bogdonavic, Duran.
Yes.
Like, all that chemistry you had finishing out the season last year, you got to start over and you got to rebuild that anyways.
Yeah, so, you guys got to
they change up the defense. Trash or not, you're still learning a new defense.
Right.
Like
trash.
New squad, trash. New defense.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Figure it out. And it's we're going into game 7. Sure. Game 7 tonight.
Game 7. Yep.
So man, it just takes time. I just wish everybody could see something like that. It's not, we got to stop looping the Pistons in with the Lions. I get it. I get it. It's been a rough 10 years for Pistons basketball, but they got multiple championships. Yep. Like, we got to just settle down. And we're talking about 18 to 22-year-olds.
It's hard to separate the last couple front offices from this one too. Like, it's going to be in the back of your mind. We've been losing for so long.
Right.
But you got to give them a clean slate. Like, we're in year 3.
You do.
So.
And we're just now cleaning up Stan Van Gundy's crap.
Yep. We got cap space. We got a crap load of young talent that any team would kill for.
Oh, 100%. Couldn't agree more. So that'll jump into, I heard you say, Bojan, the contract, the 2-year extension.
Yeah. 2 years, 39.1, so about $19 million a year. I think that's what he's making this year anyways. Yeah.
That's not crazy.
Weaver just paid Kelly $13 million. Bagley's getting $13 million. This dude's scoring, well, for us this year, 23 points a game, shooting over 50% from 3.
Right.
I mean, I know we're 6 games in, but he's going to average around 40% anyways. Like, he doesn't take bad shots either. It's like every shot he shoots, I think it's going in.
100%.
It's like he's that rock that all our guys rely on.
Well, and the couple things about it too is Cade. They interviewed Cade the other night about Bojan and talked about how he's such a leader and everybody listens in. He's always helping everybody. He's always talking to everybody. Those guys need somebody like that.
Yeah.
They don't have a veteran that's going to like put them in that position to show them how to be NBA players.
And that's come from winning culture too. Like,
right.
He's been winning for a while.
Right.
For a while. Like Kojo, he's our veteran. I mean, he came from the Kings, Third Street. Don't bring that up right now. On a positive note, that may or may not have related to that win last night. He played 4 minutes. I just want to throw that out there.
Go figure. Look how that works out.
Yep.
He doesn't touch the floor. Knox doesn't touch the floor. And we beat the defending champs.
Yep.
Which
hats off.
Good.
Yeah, hats off to Casey on that one. It only took him 3 seasons.
And I'm going to backtrack on Casey. Like, some of his rotations have been so awful, but I feel like Same with him as the young players. He's never coached with these kids before. He's got to see what the rotations look like.
Yeah.
In these last couple games, and especially last night, like those starting five all played 30+ minutes, and everybody else got chump change.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So got to give him credit in that.
Yep. Even last game, I thought his substitutions were a lot better than they have been. So
100%.
And he's kind of staggering Ivy and Bay more with the bench, which that bench really needs some help scoring, and taking those guys out. I mean, Cade can feel like he can just do his thing a little more and not have to keep Ivy and Bay involved so much. So,
and just like we talked about earlier about the minutes, like I would love to see Ivy come off that second team so we can learn the game. Like, it doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing out there, but like you can tell sometimes he's a little lost. Offensively, he's a beast. Defensively, I haven't seen it yet. I mean, maybe I'm blind to it, but the dude cannot play defense.
It's crazy.
Love him. Can't play defense.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I was going to jump into some of the stats from last night. Like, so we had the five starters get I think they got like 30+ minutes apiece.
Yep.
Ran the whole game. So you had Bojan with 21. You had Bay drop 28. You had Beef Stew with 24 and 13 last night. What a
career night for him.
Yeah, who was that? Cade went out there almost triple-double, 23, 10, and 9. Even nothing to slouch at. Ivy had 15, 3 and 3. So it's just that lineup is so tough. And I think it works good against people like Golden State. They're going short, run and gun as well. So we don't have to bang. Wiseman I might as well consider him a short because he's 7'2", 140 pounds, so that doesn't really count. But yeah, man, what did you think? Last night I was impressed.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like our bigs are we played small. Our bigs are small, but our guards are huge and lengthy. Like you got Caden, Killian, and Livers. All those guys are super lengthy. So I mean,
big 6'8",
but
yeah, 2-something.
And like I was telling you before, soon as I bash Stu saying we need an interior defender, he goes out and spazzes out.
Yeah, he ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna die on that hill.
For sure.
He was going against Draymond and Looney, not big interior presence. Like we'll see tonight when he has Giannis running and downhill at him. We'll see. Yeah,
that's gonna be scary.
Yeah, I would still love to see a real rim protector starting as center just for a while. See what it looks like.
Yeah, 100%. And if you think about going against Golden State in the lineups last night, he wasn't really playing 5. He was playing 4.
Yeah.
He was out there as a 5, but he wasn't banging like a 5. So
even I saw Draymond was on Cade a lot.
Yeah, please keep doing that.
He got toasted a lot.
Yeah, keep doing that.
I loved it.
Keep doing that.
That just shows how much strength Cade's gained this summer. Like it wasn't even phasing him.
No.
And Draymond's pretty big dude. So.
And I feel like the last few games we've seen that against everybody that's tried to guard him.
Yeah.
Like even Murray he's leading the league for Atlanta, leading the league in steals. He's one of the best defenders. Almost dropped 40 on him.
Yeah. It's like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, literally.
Cade is unreal.
In that mid-range, oh my gosh, please, Cade, please. I know you're gonna tune into us eventually. I know you won't see episode 4 for all things Pistons, but man, please keep eating at that mid-range, the free throw.
The buffet is open.
Yeah,
don't
literally.
Stop.
Yeah, what do you want? It's literally how many do you want from here? It's yours.
I think it's butter. I love his shot so much.
For
mid-range,
so
yeah.
Yeah. From that 15 to 20-foot range, it's kind of like Bojan shooting threes, right? That's in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going in. So it's getting exciting. It's finally We're finally getting to see some effort. Defensively, I think that was something we didn't touch on. I think defensively the last few games, it's a whole different team.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me last night is like the defensive effort. Like,
yeah,
we're not going to be good at defense. Like,
right,
that's not our team right now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get burnt. Our on-ball defense sucks. But like having this young, great character, scrappy team, like
for sure,
effort should be there every single night.
Every night.
And the second half season last year, I thought it was there. And like, we were in so many games. And I was like, to start the season, like, how are you guys not hyped? Like, you should be playing your butts off every possession. And really, I would even say the last 2 games they did that, but definitely last night, like, they outworked every possession, the Warriors.
Yeah. That mountain workouts are finally starting to kick in a little bit and show that strength.
Yep. Sadiq's new hobby.
Right.
Looking out for him.
Yeah, man, it's getting exciting, and it's one of those things to where, like, I'm going to keep riding the playoffs just because I have to stick to my word, and I said it, and I'm going to stick with it. But that's all we want to see. We want to see them compete. We want to see them get better. We want to see them improve at the areas they need to improve. Some of the things that I noticed from last night, and we still won by 10 points, 14. I'm sorry. We're still not winning the turnover battle. We lost that 16-15 last night, but we still got the W. The one thing that I noticed from looking at all the box stats from last night, the only thing we really beat them in was free throw attempts and made free throws. So we beat them. We're plus 10 in the free throws against them, which tells me how aggressive we're being.
Yeah.
Like, how aggressive we're getting to the bucket, how everybody's going and getting in there. Because they shot 24 for 25 from the three-point line or free throw line. We shot 34 for 38.
Yeah.
So we're 10 more free throws. That's huge. That's obviously make or break games. And if you look at some of the those first games, how terrible were we shooting from the free throw line? It was
for sure.
It was bad. It wasn't good at all. So that's one of those things like, man, if those kids can just stay aggressive, keep getting big on the free throw line, and taking it to the bucket and stop worrying about drawing them fouls. Like, it's going to come. Yeah. You guys put, and that's one thing I'm going to jump back on Bojan. I love that dude. I love everything about his game. I'm almost pretty sure he argues every single call, and he's got the same look every time. It's both hands up. He looks like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. So
luckily his accent's so strong. The refs are like, yeah.
They're like, yeah, okay, do whatever you say. Yeah, we'll get you on the next one. But man, it's exciting. That contract is awesome. They're playing amazing. What do you think that contract does? Like, is that locking them in? We got him for 2 years. I feel like that opens up so many different avenues, right? Like, okay, he's teaching these kids they love playing with him. Is he going to stick around and be part of this push? Because I think in a year or two, I could get killed for this one too, but I think we compete.
Yeah. I was actually, like, when I first saw the announcement, I was really surprised. Not like, what the heck are they thinking? But like, wow, that was super soon.
Right.
And like, that tells me, one, he must want to be here because, he's going to have the whole NBA at his feet this summer when he's a free agent.
Oh,
so
come trade deadline, he's going to have everybody.
So, he must like his role here, and he likes the direction we're going. And if it doesn't work out, like, that's a great trade piece now. Now you got this year plus 2. The second year is partially guaranteed, $2 million. So you can drop them if you need to. That's nothing.
Troy Weaver is a absolute wizard.
Yeah.
That dude is a genius, man. For the way he plays and the way he's always played, if you think about like that money-wise, if somebody was to make a trade, that's not something where you're like, oh man, we can't. We're really gonna have to work something out to, get those books out and then, figure out the money-wise. He set that up to where, like, granted, I don't want him to go for the way he's playing. I want him to stick around. But say we move him at deadline and somebody's offering us something ridiculous where we can't, offer we can't refuse type thing, how do you turn that down? Like that's an easy ship out player with that money.
And just don't kill me, people. This is just an example, but like now that he has that longer contract, you throw out someone like him and Sadiq together in a package, like that's pretty attractive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying we're trading Sadiq, so don't freak out.
Not saying we want to. We're not. No.
But not something like that with another young guy, young piece.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Yeah, that could have a good return for us.
So we'll go ahead and wrap it up, man. We got 15 minutes still tip. Get to watch the Greek Freak it's at Milwaukee, so we're back on the road. I'm interested to see if last night boils over into tonight, and I mean it's Giannis, so that's going to be.
Duran won't be playing tonight. He didn't make the trip. Casey said he practiced today, so he might join the team tomorrow and play Wednesday. So we should see Nerlens Noel tonight. So I've been looking forward to that. So
yeah,
he's a great defender. So
yeah, and see what he brings to the table.
Yep.
So perfect. All right, everybody, keep tuning in. All things
Appreciate
Pistons.
Everyone.
Yeah, all things Pistons. Give us a follow. YouTube. All our sites, it's the same thing. Just give us a follow. Let us know what you guys think. We love the feedback, good, bad, indifferent. We want all of it. So we'll see you guys on the next episode. We'll be recording soon. And as always, Detroit versus everybody. Let's go, fellas. Let's go. Game, 15 minutes.